Scott, you're going for 5 in a row in League Two, which is no mean feat.
Yeah, we are. We're in a good place at the moment. Players are doing extremely well. And playing well as well, might I add. So, results are obviously important, but we want to keep performing, keep playing well. I've been pleased with the way that we've been just lately, and we've had a really good week of training as well. So, yeah, we're in a good place.
Have you seen progression in those 5 victories week on week?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think the last league game, Swindon, I think was probably, in my opinion, our best performance so far in terms of how I want the team to look. Certainly in the first half, we were very controlled, really dominant. I think we probably had less passes and less possession and less control maybe in the second half, but became a bit more open, and obviously we scored goals in that half as well. So I think that's the pleasing thing for me is that when we don't look so controlled, we're still putting the ball in the net. So long may that continue. But of course, what I want is to play a real controlled, possession-based manner, and to be really aggressive with that and score goals as well. But no, listen, I can't complain. The players have been fantastic.
I've looked at the metrics. How much do you look at data and see, balls into the box, shots at goal, not shots at goal, but some of the other ones where it's really quite detailed? Do you look at that to help you try and improve?
Yeah, I'll probably look at it more than anybody else in the building, to be honest with you. I think I'm big on kind of the stats. I think you get a measure of how you've performed by looking at the stats. Of course, it's not always about stats, XG differential's important, that we have a really high XG for, but also a low one against. Since I've been here in the league game, certainly our XG differential's been good. It's only been a negative twice. So I always look at that. Possession stats I'm always big on. Last weekend we were in the top 10 for possession in the country, with the likes of Liverpool, Man City, Fulham. So we're in the top 10 throughout all the 4 divisions. So I look at a lot of them stats in detail, and it gives me a real clear measure of how we've performed. And we do share that data and them stats with the players as well, just to kind of give them a clearer picture of how we are performing, good or bad.
Yeah, because there are some ones where I think touches in the box, you're quite low, but then through balls you're high. So sometimes it looks like there are anomalies in there.
Yeah, I think because of the way we play, that might be. Because a lot of teams will defend a lot of bodies behind the ball, making it hard for us to get into the box. I think shots on target were really high, XG were really high. So there's different metrics can kind of look different depending on how the style of play is, but yeah, we're big on that.
Yeah, and I think the other one, just as a last one, crosses accuracy, you're top, and yet you don't have as many as other teams, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, we don't pepper loads of crosses in. We pick moments to cross and areas to cross as well, so we won't just sling it in from anywhere. We want to try and make sure we get Aaron Nemain in good areas and Joe Tomlinson in good areas before we do cross it. What we do find is that, like you say, our numbers are not big on crosses, but our accuracy is really good because we're quite patient with the play. So we'll wait till we're in a really good position before that happens, or before we feel that we need to cross at that moment. And yeah, I think that was a clear kind of picture from the goal with Alex Gilby last week, when it was a fantastic ball from Aaron Nemain, but he had to cross it at that moment because he's in such a good position. 2 players in the box in good positions as well. But yeah, we work the ball in order for us to get good quality and not just, it's more about quality than quantity, if that makes sense.
I think they call you and us who like all this stuff football nerds.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, probably so. I've been called worse.
Team-wise, you presumably have Shering back, who's now okay, is he, after illness?
No, he's not actually. Been really poorly. We've actually sent him to see the doctor, and we've got some blood tests, so we're just waiting to see what the outcome is of that. But he's been really poorly, been in bed pretty much a whole week now. So we're we're just waiting to see what comes back from the blood tests.
That's an unusual one, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it could be a viral infection or something, but yeah, he's not been well at all.
So Williams did well last weekend. I mean, it's unlike with you in such good form, there won't be too many changes.
Yeah, we've got an idea of what we want to do against Cheltenham, obviously. I think it was pretty clear early part of the week what I wanted to do. So without letting the cat out of the bag, I'll keep that to myself, but we're really clear on it. We've done a lot of work on it this week. So yeah, the boys are in good spirits and trained really well.
The game in the week was obviously a trophy game. What interested me was how you described them as, well, not them, but the team pretending to play football. That struck me because I've seen them get on so often over a few years, and that is a really good description sometimes.
Yeah.
Not now with your team.
Yeah, I want it to be cleaner, crisper. I want it to look really clear, and it was a little bit bitty. It was a little bit clunky for me. Not as crisp as I'd like it. A little bit lack of quality at times. Don't get me wrong, I think there was times when it was looking good and we played through really efficiently, but I wanted more. It was no pressure on the game in many ways. I think it was really clear that we could have played a lot more than we did. And once we did, we actually opened them up. And you look at the goal. I thought the goal was a fantastic goal. Mentioned it at half time where we made so many really good passes in that action. Players were positioned around the pitch perfectly, and nearly every player on the pitch touched the ball in that action. Kind of up-back throughs and switches of play, and wide players coming in the shape and linking it with the front players. I thought it was a really good goal and obviously a really good finish as well. But didn't see enough of them moments, so a little bit clunky. But listen, they've not played loads of football like the first team boys have as such. So maybe it will be a bit clunky. Maybe I need to be mindful of that. But listen, the boys' effort, I can't complain at that. I thought they stuck to the task really well and they really showed a good attitude in the game.
About a third of the way through the season now. How do you view the kind of the top 10 table and the ones above you, the Port Vales and the Walsall? How do you kind of see it panning out?
I don't take no notice of them, if I'm honest with you. I don't take any notice of anybody apart from us. I think it's important that we really focus on us and what we think we're capable of doing. And up to now, we're on track to where we want to be. I think that we've done great. I think we were 19th, I believe, when I come into the job. So to get to where we've got to in such a short period is nothing short of fantastic. But football's got a nasty habit of changing really quickly. We just got to make sure that we're focused, we remain professional, we remain really hard working, and hopefully we can continue this run of form.
Have you caught up quicker than you thought?
No, not really. No, I felt that when I first come in, I looked around the dressing room, looked around with the playing squad and felt that these boys are 1,000,000% underachieving. They knew that as well. I think that was the feeling around the building. So I felt that, we needed to get to grips of it really quickly. Maybe a new manager, not just me, but any manager would have come in, would have probably seen a turn in form. It normally happens that way, doesn't it? So, but yeah, the boys have been brilliant. I think they've been fantastic. So, no, not a surprise to me, no.
How often do you talk to the board here, the owners and the representatives?
Nearly every 2 or 3 days I speak to the owner, Fahad. We have phone calls all the time, text messages, where we're going to go moving forward, or about the games, about how we see the team selection, the substitutes. We talk about the squad, what we need to do moving forward, but stuff like that. But it's good conversations.
You enjoy that close relationship?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's important that we have that relationship. Obviously, we've got Neil and Liam as well, who obviously have a good relationship with as well. But I think it's important that me and Fahad speak on a number of occasions through the week. He understands what we're doing. He understands what the team looks like on a Saturday. Understands why I'm doing whatever I'm doing. I think it's healthy that we have these conversations.
And do you talk short term and medium term and long term?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we look at what we want to do moving forward. We look at what's happening in the present. what's happening kind of like next week, and we look at, you know, what we want to do kind of in the long-term future. So yeah, we always speak about different aspects.
Just a couple on the opposition. They're doing well, aren't they, actually, the little run of form that they've got going?
Yeah, Flynn's done well there. He's a good friend of mine. I like him a lot. I think he's an experienced manager. Know him really well. I think looking at kind of their current form at the moment, I think they're unbeaten in 7, 5 of which out of them 7 are wins. So we know it's going to be a difficult game. They've got some real kind of attacking threats that we're mindful of. And yeah, they've got a certain way of playing. We also don't know exactly what they'll do. They've played a back 4. They've also played a back 5. So it's been a difficult one to prepare for, but one that, you know, we're not finished on yet. We've got another day of training tomorrow, and I'll be touching upon a few bits and pieces just to make sure that we're really clear, whatever they do, you know. So yeah, we're looking forward to the game. We're at home again, and we're doing well. So yeah, we're looking forward to the game.
Cool, lovely.